This playthrough is rated M for mature.
Greetings and salutations, viewers. Vauldemare back here with another episode of Warriors Legends of Troy. In the last episode, we played as the good King Hector, trying to save his people from the warring Greeks upon his land, and he was able to push them back while saving everyone there. But that's just one part of this war. There's many more to go, and it won't stop anytime soon. All for the heart and soul of a lovely, beautiful woman. I guess we fought in wars for much less excuses. Anyway, in today's episode, we're going to play as the Prince Paris, who had taken Helen back to Troy to be loved ones, despite her already getting married. Did he convince her of his sincerity towards her, or was there something else involved? Well, in Chapter Honor, we find out a little bit more about the prince himself. Honor, the young Prince Paris of Troy, for whose love all is fought, endeavors to stand and do his part.
And yet, why did Priam not return Helen to Menelaus, her husband? So much suffering, so many lives would have been spared. Nothing simple is ever easy. Fear and doubt fester secretly in the hearts of men, condemning their lives into the darkness of guilt. So was Priam guilty of a sin which he hid from all who knew him, until his shameful act reared its dark head and came back to face him and demand retribution. It happened years before the war, when the gods looked favorably upon Troy and showered it with peace and plenty. That year, the altars were kept burning with offerings to the gods. King Priam sought the best bull in the land and offered it as a prize in a tournament. It was a great day. The first day of the end.
Amazing! People of Troy! Alexandros, the shepherd!
Quite a beauty, isn't he?
It's my bull, stolen from my herd.
It's a prize offered by King Priam for the games. Are you saying the king stole it?
His servants did, to keep the gold they were to buy it with. It's my bull.
Well, if you want to get it back, you've got quite a challenge on your hands. That is Deiphobus, Prince of Troy. I hear he's the finest swordsman of Priam's many sons. And Hector, the eldest prince.
Sparring against common men was an easy task, but facing Deiphobus was too much of a risk for Alexandros. Instead of competing for the bull against Troy's champions, the young shepherd untied the ropes holding the beast and pulled it out of the arena. Deiphobus would not stand for this insult and went after the young man. Alexandros fled through the streets of Troy to the altar of Zeus, where he hoped to find sanctuary.
Paris! He is Paris!
What?
The lost son of Priam has returned.
Don't speak to me of my lost son. Your delusions have brought me enough pain already, Cassandra.
He is your son.
Young man, who is your father?
My father was Agelaus, a shepherd, as am I.
Agelaus. He was a valued servant in my court. The man I trusted to take my Paris.
You are the torch which brings fire and death to Troy.
Great king! King Priam!
Father!
Forgive me, O great king. Have mercy. I could not bring myself to do what you asked of me. Have mercy on him. It is I who should be punished for disobeying you, sire.
Never. has disobedience been so welcome? It's true. The day you were born, Isakos, the sacred seer, foretold that you would be the ruin of Troy. His words were never false. So I ordered Agalaos to take the child from his crib and end his life. From this moment on, you are a true prince of Troy, my Paris, and none shall ever threaten you again.
So as Paris returned to Priam's household, the Shepherd Prince became known throughout the Troas and was envied for his beauty and strength. It was Aphrodite, goddess of love, who years later drove Paris to Sparta and into Helen's arms, kindling a love that ignited a fire that consumed the world. How could Priam refuse anything his son asked of him? It was with a heavy heart that he welcomed Helen when Paris brought her to Troy. Guilt so easily forces men to act against their own interests. The people of Troy took pause to think, to doubt, to wait. They knew it was only a matter of time, that there was a price to pay for a father's love, a father's guilt towards his forgotten son. They did not wait for long. Helen watched the battle waged in her name and felt the rage against her, same as a dying beast sees vultures circling above it, waiting for their time to feast on its carcass. Likewise did Paris endure the scorn from Greek and Trojan alike. He was not only the cause of all their misery, but also the only hope for their deliverance. This was, after all, his fight, his cause, his battle to win or lose.
Helen, do not blame yourself for Troy's misery. I am the one who caused it, and I am the one who must end it.
I don't know. Don't you think it may be Aphrodite? I'm going to call her Aphrodite. Maybe it's her fault because she manipulated them, but who knows? All right, let's see if this Shepherd Prince can put to right. I don't know how you'd really write it. I mean, I'm all for, love and all that, but the problem is didn't Helen, at least according to her dad, say that she wanted her husband to marry her, and then all of a sudden, like, right afterwards falls for Paris? Like, I don't know, man.
Paris? I cannot believe my eyes. There are no altars to hide behind out here.
Ooh. Sick burn, dude. Isn't he your bro, man? Don't teach your bro. Oh, Paris has a bow as a strong attack. That's cool.
Has Helen driven you from her bed?
Wow, even the brothers are like, dude, fuck off, because of what you did. I could understand that. I really could, despite me otherwise trying to believe to the contrary, I would understand people's aggression. Ouch! Right in the spine. Wait, was that Russell Crowe he killed? Was that Russell Crowe from the Gladiator? No, he doesn't. I mean, he was designed to look like a. Oops. Sorry, I should have backed off there. Well, benefit of having. I assume. Oops. I assume Paris isn't that strong if he uses a ranged attack. Alright, we saved her bro.
I may deserve your censure, Dephobos, but it is time I face the consequences of what I have done.
You speak like a true prince, brother. Our men need our help. Lead the way. Let's restore their faith in us and in your honor.
Well, that didn't take very long to say, hey, we should work together. And he's like, okay. Then again, I mean, usually most Dynasty Warriors, like, big old plot lines get solved pretty quickly because for the overarching, like, we've got to save our town from...
You've wished me dead for years, Dephobos.
Paris, I only wish for this war to end.
And it shall, one way or another.
We all know how it ends, but let's just keep playing it. For those who don't, it'll be, I don't know if it'll be a surprise per se, but although I don't know how the game's going to portray it. I mean, it is a fictional story, so you can pretty much, or at least at least some of the more grandiose parts of the story are fictional. So it'll be interesting to see how what version they tell of this tale. You know? Yeah, we need a spear, I think. I assume you can pick up one too. Yeah, you can. Although it looks like he plays it a bit differently than the other characters. At least each character kind of has a different move style or set or whatever you want to call it. Although I'll give the game credit. It is very what's the word? Designed like a Greek story, you know, with the characters during the little mini movies in between. I do like that. They kind of remind me of they remind me of Greek art, like that were on like vases and stuff like that. I assume that's what they were going for when they were creating the art design for the caricatures and stuff like that. So that's cool. I like that.
Success bodes well.
Aw, thanks, good prince.
Hurry to aid the rest of our men.
I grab another one. All right, let's go. If we go forward and down, that might lead to like a little mini quest. So let's do that. I assume we'll be like that. I think the only issue I have with the game is that if you play Dynasty Warriors games and Samurai Warriors games and Warriors Orochi, you can like see a clear difference between all the characters, like the way they're designed, their weapons and stuff like that. But unfortunately, whoa, these guys are really like ganging up on my butt. Jeez, they like just like conk down my like HP like no one's business. Sweet. Oops. Ah, come on, man, get back here. Anyway. But I mean, the characters are different. I'm not saying they're not different. It's just because they use basically similar weapons. It's they don't like their moveset. I don't know. I haven't played all the characters, but I feel like their movesets aren't so different that it's just like that. I mean, there are a couple characters that are slightly different, but overall, I'm not feeling like a huge like one. I need to play one character over the other. I mean, maybe Odysseus or Paris because they have archery options, which I assume is only if you press the strong button at the beginning. Because I've noticed if you press it during a combo, they still have a strong attack. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not really knocking it. I'm waiting for to get further in the game before. No, I don't want to. I want a spear. Spear is better. Clearly the better item. Actually, tactically speaking, I think spears were better in a lot of respects, just because of the range you got. Okay, so there is a little objective you can get. All right, let's just. Oh, we got some more. Oh, ow, ow! Should have blocked. Although I don't know how good of a spear or how good of a shield you got. You kind of got a piddling shield, frankly, Mr. Paris. Paris, France? No, not quite. They would surrender at the first chance they got. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, I had to make the joke. Well, I guess I didn't. I just wanted to be a dick. I gotta be careful. I'm almost out of life. Hopefully I have enough, probably because all the spears they've been sticking me with. Okay, there goes that. Oh, no, that's not good. Yeah, these guys, well, I guess spears are best weapon because they're kind of ganking me there with that. Nice.
The odds are with you.
Oh, we got some looks like we got some HP back.
You warned me against going to Sparta. You knew.
Cassandra dreamed that you would bring only death upon your return.
No one ever believes Cassandra.
She's a crazy bitch. No, I'm just kidding. She's crazy. Alright, so we gotta take out the rest of the group, so we'll just... Whoa! Ow! Gotta just run. I might have to buy that item later on that reduces archery damage just so I don't have to mess with that crap. I know I can block archery. I'm one of those that's like, I gotta get there now! I gotta beat the archers now! Alright, onward to this direction. And we'll take out the, what are we supposed to do? Just take out, regain control, rescue all the Trojans. I mean, I assume that's just part of the main thing. Maybe if you take too long, you could lose that objective. Alright, Slasher. The hash slinging slasher? Maybe. Ow, that guy does a lot of damage. Ah, run! Ah. Yeah, leave me alone, dude. Yeah, I'm dealing with my companions there. I'm gonna just archer the crap out of you. Aw, man, unless you block, then there's nothing I can do about that. Nice. Woo! Ouch! Oh, you can grab one of his weapons, huh? Are they any better? I don't know, about the same, I feel. Although it looks like it's going through the shield, so that's good. I guess it's... So, I mean, I understand that there's, like, different, like, combo patterns and everything like that. Like, I assume you can't really do any crazy combos with picked up weapons, but it's like, well, why even pick up, like, a... Like, why use your regular weapon anymore, you know? That's the question I pose to you. 100 gold. We can always use that. Because it looks like, unless maybe on later missions, if you gain like a lot of money, but it seems like missions don't really give you a ton of money. Alright, I got another hunter. Sweet blue. These douches. Nope. Gotcha. Probably should go ahead and use. I tend to forget to use my Fury. It's like first-person shooters when I forget to use my grenades. You know, like I've got them. I need to use them, but I always forget to. I wonder if you can turn off.
You have saved us. You reclaim your honor
so
like the desert craves water, brother.
But come, there are more of our men in peril.
Had I listened to you, none of this would have happened.
You cannot change the will of the gods.
I do kind of like that there's a bit of dialogue for if you decide, like you get it for doing secondary quests, there's a bit of extra dialogue that probably doesn't occur if you don't do it. So it gives you a little bit more, oh god, these guys are wrecking. I guess Paris must have a really crappy like stamina or vitality bar or something like that. Either that or just being stupid, I don't know. A little from column A, a little from column B. God, get off me. I had to resort to this for a bit till I can, woo! That's what you get for running away, jerk. I wonder if arrows can break through shields. Kinda looks like I'm killing them. Are you guys gonna help me, dude, and take out these guys? No? Alright, I need to grab it. That's gonna take forever. I'm just gonna grab one of these. Maybe each weapon has its own benefit that I'm not like I use this spear and it works pretty well, but I assume like if you different weapons work better for different targets. You know, spear's better for like light armor dudes. Well, not light armor, like heavy armor dudes, like your shieldmen and stuff like that. While swords are better for light units because they're quicker. I want that. Where's this spear? There's like a ton of them over here. I'm surprised all these items don't like clutter up the inventory. You know what I mean? Like usually if you have like a lot of something on a map, it like reduces the frame rate, which there is a slight reduction in the frame rate I see, but it's not too bad that it's like super slowing down the game. Although I think most Dynasty Warriors games have been pretty good about keeping frame rate down to low, despite there being like a million people on the map. Well, not a million, but you know, a ton of dudes. Excellent, we saved our...
Onward, Paris! You are riding on the wings of victory!
Riding on the wings of an eagle to fly. I guess we just got the last remaining Trojan army back there, I guess. No. Nope, don't wanna... I want Spear. Spear is best. No one can beat Spear. Good old Spear. No one beats Rock. I noticed I don't have a ton of people unless they're all back in a previous area just dealing with the stragglers or something like that. There actually is an item you can get that reduces the damage of your associates that help you, that they take like less damage. Might be one to consider getting, depending how big the item takes up in your item slots. Although really the big deal I've noticed is not even how much slots certain items take up, it's how long, or how much money you can get to take care of that in the first place. Not doing too bad here. Saving all my Trojan homeboys over here. There we go. Yes.
That should do. It's not yet enough. I need to face the man I've wronged.
You want to issue a challenge? Are you sure, brother?
It's the only way. For better or for worse, the war ends today.
Paris, may the gods be with you.
I wish you well, brother.
Menelaus!
The last time I saw you, I greeted you as a friend. Today, I meet you as my enemy.
Today, one of us shall fall for the love of Helen. If it is to be you, will you promise that the kings of Greece leave Troy forever?
And if you are the one to grace the gates of Hydas tonight, will Helen be returned to me?
Those are the terms.
So be it!
Isn't it supposed to be Hades? Is Hydas like the Roman version or something? But anyway, we've got to fight Menelaus for the love of Helen. Because yeah, this is going to clearly solve everything. War is going to end right here, right now. Nope, nothing else will stop it.
One of us dies today, Menelaus.
You do know you're kind of in the wrong. Well, okay, maybe it's a bit more complicated than that. But I feel like Paris is a bit in the wrong here. Yeah, he's like, so one of us is gonna die. And I'm like, yeah. I mean, you're killing a man whose wife just ran off, didn't discuss anything, didn't like say, oh, I love another man. Nope, it's, hey, by the way, I'm just gonna run off with this man. I don't care about your feelings at all. Although I don't know if Menelaus was a dick in real life or in the story. I don't know. I mean, he is mad that some gigolo came by and took his lady. So I mean, I'd be. Maybe we should work on. I'm doing pretty okay. Nothing too bad.
Prince, Charon is waiting for you.
Oh wow! I actually got a crit off, or not crit, a counter off, huh? I guess if you press the shield at the right time, you can. Are you gonna attack me or? Oh, I messed that up. Oops, I didn't mean to keep attacking. No, this one's a little. Okay, I might. Probably should have attacked and then been heavy attacked instead. Although I am a little weak from being smacked earlier, so I had to be careful on that. Nice.
I trusted you, Paris. I welcomed you to my home.
I already know about the changing tactics, dude. Yeah, probably best to do a counter and a heavy because of the because I'll get more damage off on that if I do that. Ooh! Well, good thing I wasn't close by. Yeesh. Might be a good chance to get that Fury going on there to get some damage. I mean, he can't hurt me during this, but it looks like Fury gives me at least a little bit of a chance to like kind of go in and get a little extra damage. Okay. Whoops. Got lucky there. Ah, did you think I didn't have arrows for that, dude? Oh right, that's a heavy attack. I have to be careful when he does that. Oh, dude, dick move, man. Nice, got him.
You have fought for many long years for my honor. Now at last, I will end the war which I started. Aphrodite came to my aid, took me away from the battle. I am saved.
You are. I wonder how many will rejoice.
Is this the honor a Trojan prince shows in a challenge of his own issue? Is this what Helen left me for?
We cannot abandon him. He's our father's son.
It's useless. The gods have already determined our fate.
Yeah, it looks like Aphrodite is stirring up a lot of trouble for some weird reason, but I wonder why that is. But anyway, we got both objectives. Cool. Unlock the unique item, which I won't have the money for quite a while unless I grind for it or redo the game on harder difficulties, but I'd rather not. So I already have enough trouble with these games as is, but all right, now Paris hasn't been unlocked as well as the other little stuff. So yeah, it looks like despite everything that's happened, like we knew the battle was going to keep dragging on. The gods definitely have something up their sleeves, whether it be Aphrodite, Hades, or whoever else is involved. Who knows who else is part of the story. But next time on the next episode of Warriors Legend of Troy, back to the Greek side with Achilles and see what he and his side are up to. Thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.